Good morning and happy Sunday. Thanks for joining me on the KOCO Facebook page as well as the Meteorologist Taylor Cox KOCO Facebook page. I'm Taylor. Thanks for joining us this morning. All right, we've got a few people in here, so we will get started this morning. Look, it's pretty rainy out there. Have you seen the rain yet this morning? I walked outside. The sidewalk was wet. I'm glad that in the morning I'm not in charge of taking out the dog. That's my husband's job whenever he gets up, or he does it, which I'm very grateful for. But I was glad that it was not my responsibility this morning because the dog's feet are going to be wet whenever they walk back into the house. So have that towel by the door ready because we do have some wet sidewalks, grassy areas this morning. We have seen the rain come through Oklahoma City, and we'll probably see another round of it, at least another one for today. It'll be kind of on and off rain today. All right, as always, if you have any questions, go ahead and stick that in the comments section. Talk about your favorite recipes for Thanksgiving. If you have any topics you want to talk about, you can stick that in the comments section as well. We love to get to those. All right, we have the sun coming up this morning, but you can barely see it out there because of all of this cloud cover and rain. We have rain that just moved through Oklahoma City. It looks like it will be a while until we see rain again, maybe in the next hour or two, but in the near future, let's say the next hour until about 8, 9 o'clock. We'll go longer than that. 9, 10 o'clock. Let's go that long. We probably won't see any rain here in the city. You can see that it's all moving to the east right now, but we'll see more later on today. Enid, Hennessy, Kingfisher, it's going to be on and off rain for you as well. Bristow, Stroud, Sparks, Luther, on and off rain for you as well. This is really just hugging I-44 and the Turner Turnpike here. Oklahoma City, we have now seen that rain move to the east, so we're drier here in the city. At least we're not seeing active rain right now. We'll probably stay dry, as I mentioned, for the next hour or two. We have more showers and storms to the west. Actually, I want to look into this really quick. This out near Hinton is coming in with a little bit of lightning. This goes all the way down to Eakley and Corn. This is the only storm that I see in the state. The rest of these are showers. I don't see any lightning with anything over here, but it's kind of these isolated lines that we're seeing more lightning with. Not too concerned about this in terms of severe storms, but this afternoon that severe risk will change. We do have a severe risk this afternoon. All right, temperatures are in the low 50s right now. We have a light wind out there, about 10 to 20 miles an hour, so stronger wind for western Oklahoma. Temperatures this afternoon staying pretty stubborn in the 50s and low 60s, not warming up too much here. At least it's cooler than what we saw yesterday. And storms continue. You can see those showers on and off as we head into the mid-morning hours and through the early afternoon. After about 5 o'clock this evening, we are watching for more chances for storms that could be severe. Okay, there you go. 5 o'clock. This is whenever we could see more lightning, thunder, and even some hail out there up to the size of a quarter. That is going to be your largest risk for today, is quarter-sized hail. That is just barely reaching that severe threshold. Severe threshold is quarter-sized hail and larger and above that. Come on, there we go. Quarter-sized hail here, that's your biggest risk. So that's just barely above that severe threshold. 60-mile-per-hour wind speeds, that's also considered severe, but I do think that that hazard is less likely to happen than that quarter-sized hail. The biggest thing here will be that hail. Not everyone getting hail for today. I think it'll be pretty isolated, just like what we're seeing this morning. You know, a big chunk of the state got rain. However, only a small portion of us are getting that storm, lightning, and thunder that we're seeing out in Hinton right now. Okay, what do you need for today? Rain jacket, umbrella, you're going to want your rain gear. I think you can be out in these showers. However, if you see lightning, if you hear thunder, don't go out in that storm. Stay inside or stay inside as much as you can. You know the drill here. When it roars, go indoors. Temperatures overnight tonight are in the 40s and 50s, and then for tomorrow we are back into the 50s. Once again, temperatures not moving too much here because we have another round of rain. Now this really favoring anyone right along 44 and to the south and east of it. You know, we could see a spotty shower or two out to the west, but I think this will really favor eastern Oklahoma here. And I do want to direct your attention to southeastern Oklahoma where we have a marginal risk for storms on Monday. Actually, while we're talking about it, we have a higher risk for storms farther out to the south. There you go. To the south and east into Louisiana, East Texas, even southern Arkansas, getting some of those stronger storms. So Oklahoma just kind of getting the far western edge of that storm risk. What about your rainfall totals? Because we have several days of rain here, Sunday and Monday. Well, it's not very impressive out to the west. About 1/4 of an inch of rain out there, 1/4 to 1/2 an inch of rain anywhere from Woodward to Alva and Clinton and Lawton. I know you need more rain than that, but this is what we get right now. And then we'll have better rainfall totals through central and eastern Oklahoma. The farther east that you live, the more impressive those rainfall totals are. The farther east and north central Oklahoma, I think you're going to have some pretty impressive rainfall totals as well. I think we could see up to 1 inch at least in places like Ponca City, maybe even Stillwater. In this area of the state, I think we'll see some good rainfall totals. All right, and there's your 5+5 day forecast. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. Well, it looks like a pretty nice day for Thanksgiving. We've got cloud cover on Wednesday, cloud cover on Friday, but Thursday, not looking too bad. If we do see any clouds out there, they're not going to be too thick. It'll be partly cloudy in the afternoon, but mostly sunny in the morning, with more cloud cover increasing into the afternoon hours. We'll see those showers returning on Saturday and Sunday, which brings me to that fun 4-letter word everyone likes to talk about, snow. Do we have any questions before I get into that this morning? Let's see. Questions about anything I've talked about so far? Nancy says, good morning with a cup of coffee. Yes, that warm cup of coffee on a rainy morning. I mean, it just hits so perfectly. Cherry says good morning. Seth says good morning. And how is it going this morning? It's going great. It's such a nice morning. I love these nice little rainy mornings, but don't forget about those storms this afternoon. All right, you want to talk about that snow potential on next Saturday, next weekend. You can see that temperatures are a little bit cooler, just hugging that freezing line. And I just, hesitate to even show these maps this far out because we have a week until that winter weather gets to us. But I do want to, give you your first alert, make sure that you're aware of this. So here we are this week, Friday. We could see a few flurries out to the north and west. Saturday, maybe even coming into central Oklahoma. Again, your snowfall totals here aren't looking that impressive. I think the most impressive that I've seen here is as we head into the early portion of the work week, maybe about 1 inch out to the northwestern side of the state. Now, other models are looking a little bit more impressive than that. Let's get to, let me change there we go. Now, this is the Euro, and the Euro is trying to bring in more snow out in northwestern Oklahoma. It could happen. We're about a week out, so I'm very hesitant to say we're going to get 3-4 inches of rain out in western Oklahoma. Still, the majority of us, maybe a flurry, probably not getting too much in terms of accumulating snow. What about your second favorite word? Ice. Well, let's see, hang on. There's your freezing rain. It looks like at the back end of this cold snap, so like Monday, Tuesday, we could see a little bit of freezing rain. Again, the accumulation here just isn't looking very promising. Let's go back to the NBM, National Blend of Models. I like this model. I think it's very, I think it does a good job of showing a good idea of what's going to happen. Of course, we use our meteorology skills to really determine what we think is going to happen, but I think the NBM does a really good job of showing a conservative forecast, not going too far to one side. That's what you want. You want something realistic, right? Either way, you know, freezing rain, your ice accumulation really not looking terribly promising at this moment. If we were to see anything, it would be Monday, Tuesday time frame. Not this week, next week. We're talking about the very end of November here. So, you know, we've got a week until that arrives. So we've got several more days to get information for these models to really fine tune what they're expecting here, and for us to see more information as this comes a little bit closer to us. So we'll get more information over the next few days. Do not take this to heart. You know, take this with a grain of salt that we could have some winter weather next Saturday, Sunday, Monday-ish. Either way, rain or shine, it's going to be much colder next weekend. Temperatures are down to that freezing point with daytime highs in the mid to upper 40s. So even if we do get something to stick, it's not going to stick for long because we'll be warming right back up in the afternoon hours. It's just those overnight hours that we could see some of those colder temperatures closer to freezing. All right, any questions this morning? We have a quiet bunch today. Nancy says, I cannot wait to play in the snow with my grandchildren. They are triplets and 2 years old. Oh, how cute. Yep, a lot of people saying the same thing that you are, Nancy. Let it snow. We have a better chance for rain on Saturday and Sunday, but, you know, we could mix a few flurries in there as well. Rain, of course, you know, throughout today and tomorrow. Storms are going to be the biggest threat here. Again, if you are just tuning in and you didn't see the very beginning of our forecast, hang on, let me get to the right graphic here. The biggest threat for today is going to be a marginal risk right through the center of the state with quarter-sized hail. We could get 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, but I think that quarter-sized hail is more likely, and even then, I think it'll be pretty isolated today. And that's through this evening. You know, at dinner time, maybe shortly before dinner time-ish, and into the late night hours. There we go. Any questions this morning? If we don't have any questions, that means I told a pretty good forecast, right? John asks a good question. What's the tornado chance? Very minimal here, John. Your risk for anything along that lines is very, very low. You know, we're going to struggle to even get some strong wind in here, so that tornado risk is very low this evening. Flooding risk also pretty low here, even though we'll see rain through a good portion of the day. Those rainfall totals only reaching about a half inch to a full inch. You know, in some places, very isolated, we could see more than that out to the east. I think that in western Oklahoma, your really good rainfall total is going to be isolated as well, so not everyone getting up to that quarter or half an inch. More consistent, higher rainfall totals through central and eastern Oklahoma. All right. Looks like we got a lot of these questions answered. You know, I'm so excited. The closer and closer Thanksgiving gets, I'm just getting so excited for that. Travel forecast here. I have today's travel forecast. I'm still working on tomorrow. I think if you had any travel troubles, it'll be on the back end of this week, and I can show you that in just a minute. Okay, so this is today's travel forecast. We're going to have high wind out to the west, high wind in eastern Tennessee as well. Of course, that rain right through Oklahoma, and then we have some mountain snow. Not this whole area is not getting snow. It's basically that mountain snow that we could see. But I think they do have, let's check this out here before I say anything. Yes, they do have winter storm warnings for some mountain areas. So of course, check your local forecast for wherever you're traveling to. But if you do have any travel troubles, again, I think it'll be on the backside of this week, you know, coming back from Thanksgiving travels, not necessarily going to your travels. And even then, you know, if you're in Oklahoma, you probably won't have any travel troubles at all. It'll be nice on Thanksgiving. We got pretty lucky here. All right, well, we have an 8 o'clock show, so I'm going to head out and get ready for that. We start in just a minute or two. and they're telling me to turn on my mic. So I'm going to head out here. Have a phenomenal Sunday. We'll see you back here, same time, same place next weekend.